Holy crap! These groups are insane from this gun. So looking at the two, the smallest group that this gun shot, 5-shot group, mind you, is 0.3 inches. This thing is incredible. Today, we get to go in the secret closet. Oh, it's always a good day when we get to go in the secret closet. So this is where I put out guns that I've reviewed for you guys. But today, we are coming in the closet of things where I hold stuff when companies send me things, but it can't quite be released just yet. So we can't peek too much. But this is a gun I've been very excited about. In fact, I've been excited about this one for almost 2 years. This is the brand new, just hitting the shelves, Bergara Premier Divide, and this is your first look on YouTube. So why is it called the Bergara Premier Divide? Well, because of this. So Bergara has tons of different models of hunting rifles, like their Hunter Light, and now Bergara also has a comp rifle, full precision competition focused rifle. We're going to be reviewing that one soon. But this is supposed to bridge the divide between a true precision rifle and a hunting rifle. This is the Bergara Premier Divide. Now you might say, now hold up. Didn't you talk about that video not in this year's SHOT Show, but in last year's SHOT Show? And you would be right. Bergara showed this off to the public, but with insane everything that's happened the last couple of years, it never actually came out. Well, now it's here. As you know, I like to start out every rifle review with the feeding gauntlet. The reason is that it's the thing that's most skipped over in reviews, and I am just shocked how many really fine rifles just don't feed. So we're going to load the magazine. We're going to do 10 rounds from the magazine, and each time I'm going to adjust the position, and then we'll do 10 rounds of single feeding and make sure that it can feed everywhere. Generally, Bergara rifles do very well. Here is an area though where I have seen a couple stick-ups on Bergara rifles. If you have the rifle to the side and you're single feeding, sometimes they will not quite go in. But this one does. Oh, no, we got a little bit of a hiccup. Now that's a common thing. It's not intended for the rifle really to be pushed this far over. But sometimes when you're single feeding, if you're laying down prone and you're just trying to get one in there, it's possible it can go to the side and get a little bit of a hang up. It's imperfect with feeding, but from the magazine, everything was 100%. I'd give this an A, just not an A+. So let's talk accuracy now. This is what I've been super excited about. I have not yet shot this gun, but last time I was out at my range, my son Cole did shoot it. He got it sighted in for me. And then I saw him type all the ballistics into the Hornady app, and he got 5 shots in a row at 632 yards, shooting a target that was less than 1 MOA. So I've got to think this thing is going to shoot really well, but this is my first time with it. We're going to shoot match and American whitetail, and we're going to do a little analysis to see which one it shoots the best. We'll start with the cheap stuff. So the accuracy here with this inexpensive ammo, look at this group. That is impressive. That's probably the best group I've ever seen out of American whitetail ammo. One thing that I'm trying to do is to standardize how I'm doing accuracy testing on Backfire. So from now on, my accuracy standard is the average of 3 5-shot groups. And we're going to do that to try to get enough information while also balancing ammo costs. But if you just shoot one group, you might say, this gun's amazing! Until you look at the next group and you say, oh, this gun's not amazing. And then you say, maybe it's okay. And that's why we're looking at multiple groups to try to get a good number for each one. But let's try the Hornady match. All right, it's time to get nerdy. Ready? If you're a Backfire Plus member, this is a heads up. I have a brand new download available in your membership. Just go sign in on the backfire.tv website and you'll see in your downloads, you're going to see this new sheet linked there. I created this because sometimes I'm too quick to jump to conclusions when comparing different types of ammo. And this actually ended up being a perfect example of this. So you'll see the 5-shot group sizes for load A, the Hornady Whitetail. And you see, 0.6, that's pretty good. Ooh, but it also shot a 1.6 inch group. That's not so good. Then we look at load B. This is the Hornady Match ammo. And we say, holy crap, this thing shot a 0.3 inch group. That is insane. And everything else was just right at 1 inch. And so it'd be very easy to see, this ammo is clearly better. I mean, look at the average group sizes between the two. Clearly the Hornady Match is better. But that's where we get into trouble, is if you actually run a statistical analysis. And heads up, I was so good at statistics in college that they invited me to take the course twice. But I talked to 2 statistician friends of mine yesterday, and they helped me to put together this sheet. So this red box here, if it turns green, says you have enough information to say which load is better. If it's red, like it is right now, that means we actually can't say with statistical significance which ammo is better. In fact, I'm going to say things a little bit wrong here, but basically there's a 40% chance that these loads one is just as good as the other one, that there's not actually a clear winner here yet. And so that is very important when you're testing ammo. So many people are shooting a 3-shot group with one load, 3-shot group with another, and making a decision. There's just no way you could decide that. So anyway, if you're Backfire Plus member, check it out. But the results overall on this Bergara Premier Divide, I'm very happy with. I mean, a couple extremely tiny groups, which kind of proves what's possible. Now, I think if we were to get hand loads on this thing, we could probably make that the standard, getting some of these smaller groups in there. But just with factory ammo, it's already shooting. I mean, mean group with Hornady Match was 0.79. I'll take that every day. So let's take a look at this gun and a few of the highlights. So this stock is from AG Composites. This is called the Chalk Branch stock. And it is an excellent stock. Obviously has an adjustable cheek piece here, so you can get that perfect fitment to yourself, which makes a big difference with accuracy, getting your eye in that same place every time. I really like the little bag rider cutout here, so that you can kind of go here if you want a little bit more height, or put your bag in there if you want to get a little bit lower. It just makes it really convenient for shooting. The action is excellent. So if you've shot Bergara, some of their lower end rifles, they have good actions for sure. When you jump to the Premier series, the action just feels like a Swiss watch. When you're using a custom action, my favorite thing about it is you go forward, and then as you're closing the bolt, you can just feel it kind of camming over, just that extra pressure increasing as you're coming down. It just feels so nice. That action is absolutely excellent. Now, feeding, I didn't have issues feeding from the mag while we were doing the feeding gauntlet. As I was shooting it twice, the 3rd shot in the magazine didn't quite come in the first time. I don't know if I was short stroking it or if there was something there, but that's something I'm going to keep investigating. The barrel, as we mentioned, and then it has a great Trigger Tech trigger in there. So you look at all that and you say this, I mean, you can tell this is a very premium rifle for sure. And so it makes you wonder, well, do I buy that factory or should I just do a custom rifle? You can't make this rifle for the price they're selling it for. You can't. This stock, AG Composites Chalk Branch, is about $720. You're talking about a $150 trigger, $1,000 for a carbon fiber wrapped barrel. We have a very nice custom action. That'd be worth about $1,000, $150 trigger. You kind of go through everything, and me looking at all the components, you'd spend $2,898 to get all of these components, and you can get it for several $100s less by going with this Bergara Premier Divide. So it is a pretty good value, though it is for sure a premium rifle. So let's talk use cases on this Bergara Premier Divide. I think that's one of the most important things. A lot of times they're saying what people are asking me, what rifle is best? And it obviously depends on exactly what you're using it for. This, I think, is what is the hottest segment right now. What everybody seems to kind of be looking for in hunting rifles is a rifle that is very much at home hunting, but you can also take out to the range and shoot long range and just get some extreme precision out of it. Something that's just fun to go shoot on a Saturday, pick a rock out at 600 yards and blow it up, right? And I think this fits that really well. The weight of the rifle is just on the low end of 7 pounds. I think this one is 7.2 pounds as reviewed in 6.5 Creedmoor. So it has a tiny bit more chunk than some of the rifles that might be 6.5 pounds, but it's still very light. I would definitely take this into the mountains. The chambering options available are pretty limited on this guy. Unfortunately, I knew you guys would ask this. It is not available in 7 PRC. Bergara is yet to release anything in 7 PRC. But they have 308 Win, 6.5 Creedmoor, 6.5 PRC, and 300 Win mag. I think all of them could be good fits for this rifle, but I think this thing, it feels like it wants to be a 6.5 PRC. It's light, it's a mountain hunter, it's a long range rifle as well. I think 6.5 Creedmoor and 6.5 PRC would be great matches for this. Not that it couldn't also do well in a 300 Win mag. It does have a great Pockmeyer decelerator recoil pad that works pretty well on this thing. I also wanted to mention this Vector Optics Continental 3-18 by 50 scope. I'm pretty impressed with the scope overall. I love the feel of the turrets. I love having the click style so that when you come up, you can move the turret and then you can slap it down so that it can't be bumped at all. Has your parallax adjustment and an illuminated reticle. I really like 3-18. It's just so versatile for hunting and also just out some long range shooting. The scope is pretty nice. It does seem to have a little bit of a picky eye box. You have to kind of get your eye in the perfect spot before all the scope shadow gets away. Now that may not be a bad thing because it kind of forces you to make sure your eye is in the same spot every time. The glass seems decently clear and it's a 34mm tube, so you have a lot of travel. Overall, I'm liking the scope so far. So what's the verdict on the Bergara Premier Divide? Well, it's one of the most accurate guns that I have tested on this channel. I am absolutely in love with this stock. Absolutely in love with it. It's rigid, it has an adjustable cheek piece, it's easy to shoot on a bag, it has a flat forend here. If I had to quibble on a few things on the Bergara Divide, it would be number one, attachment points. They have 2 sling swivel studs here and 1 in the back. That's just not what we would want to see on a precision rifle. The competitors at the same price point would have Picatinny and Arca, something that they skipped here. Now you can add it yourself, but the last thing you want to do with a brand new fine rifle is take a drill and some JB weld to it. And so I do feel like that was a miss. Having better attachment points on the stock would have been really nice. But how can you complain about a rifle that is shooting that well? I mean, it shot a 0.3 inch group. That is fantastic. The trigger is excellent. It's just built well. The carbon fiber barrel did great without heating up as we shot. I think the Bergara Premier Divide is one of the best rifles I've ever reviewed. But how does it compare to a Springfield 2020 Waypoint or a Fierce Rogue? I'd put it right up there, but you've got to go to backfire.tv. On the homepage, click on rifles, and I'll have that information because YouTube doesn't like brand comparisons.